Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marylou Villegas. If you're new here, it's lovely to meet you. This video is a little overdue, but since I've been away, we hit the amazing milestone of 100,000 subscribers, and I just want to say thank you so much. So I started this channel as a very awkward 13-year-old girl.
Hey guys, it's me again. I'm going to be singing Payphone by Maroon 5. Enjoy.
And to be quite honest, we've come a long way.
I like to be everything you want. Hey boy, let me talk to you. You, the one that I argue with. I feel I need a new boy to be bothered with, but the grass ain't always green on the other side. Screw water it, so I know fans. Forget about the price tag.
I don't like looking back at these videos, but I feel like it's good to kind of just reflect and see how far we've come. So to celebrate this amazing milestone, I thought that I'd answer some questions that you guys asked me in my previous video. So let's get started. So our first question comes from Bryant from New York City. What's the process like when making a video, from choosing the song to learning it? It'll be interesting to know. That's a good question. I would say that the process takes between 5 days to a week, because when I first find the song, I have to get used to it, find chords to it, memorize lyrics to it, and then around the 5 to 7 day mark is when I'd film it. Normally, I'd say in the early afternoon, and then I'd rest, and then in the evening, I'd just edit it and then have it up that night. So our next question is from Angelica from Toronto. She asks, are you writing new music to release anytime soon? The answer to that is yes, I am writing, and I'm planning to have something up by the summer. So very soon, watch out. So Caitlin from Pennsylvania asks, do you have any advice on being more confident in singing in front of people? It's scary. I agree with you on that, Caitlin. It's definitely so scary. The first time I sang in front of people that weren't my family was in 5th grade. I cried my eyes out. I was embarrassed. But something that definitely helped me and might be able to help you was just taking every opportunity to perform in front of people. Whether it scared me or not, you have to just get used to it. And there's no other way of getting used to it than actually doing it. So maybe enrolling yourselves into open mics or your school talent show. Just take every opportunity you can to practice. Andre from Toronto asks, I was wondering if you have any public Spotify playlists because your music taste is amazing. So nice. I think that's a compliment I'll never get over. But if you go to Spotify and search up Marylou Villegas, scroll down all the way to the bottom, you'll see a title that says Public Playlist. And I just have a bunch of playlists I make every month with my favorite songs and ones I've been listening to often that month. I have a workout playlist, a feeling spicy playlist, a throwback playlist. But yeah, go check it out. Follow me. Plug. So Rika from Washington asks, could you give advice about entering high school? Thanks, and I love your singing. Thank you so much, Rika. High school, I think, is definitely a scary time. A lot of new people, new faces, new school topics, subjects. I would say to take every opportunity you can to just put yourself out there, join clubs, join after school activities, and just don't be afraid to go and step out of your circle. I think for me in elementary, I was glad to have been able to transition into high school with people I was comfortable with, and I know that not everyone has that opportunity. So just putting yourself out there and saying hi to someone that you normally wouldn't might land you with a best friend 10 years down the road. So just be open to meeting new people and just to having new experiences. So this next question is from Justin, and he's from California, and he has 2 questions for me. First being, what is your favorite Filipino dish? And 2, can you give me your best Filipino pickup line? Okay, I'll do the first one. So my favorite Filipino dish, I have 2. The first one would be menudo, and the second one would be chicken adobo. Second, can you give your best Filipino pickup line? I don't have a pickup line, but I have a joke. Okay, so what is this? It's a pusit. And so for those of you who aren't Filipino, a pusit means a squid. So what is this? A pusit. Now what is this? Opposite. I know you're laughing. It was a good joke. So Jewel asks, do you plan on doing YouTube full time? Also, would you ever do vlogging? So the first question, would I ever do YouTube full time? I feel like the reality of it is no. Would I like to do it full time? Heck yeah. If I knew that it would be able to support me in the future, and if I would ever have a family in the future, I would definitely do it. But I'm someone who likes to have a backup plan and likes being sure that I'll be able to support myself. And the second is, would I ever vlog? I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't like talking in front of the camera, so doing this right now is very out of my comfort zone. I think vlogging kind of takes away from being in the moment and enjoying a moment, and having to hold the camera up to my face and vlog it for other people to see, it kind of takes away from that whole experience. So if I were to do it daily, I wouldn't do it daily. I feel like I'd only vlog kind of vacations, trips that I would go on. And yeah, if you want to see me vlog, comment below. Maybe I'll whip something up for you guys this summer. So this next question is from Joseph from California. He asks, do you have any tips for songwriting? What steps do you go through to find your concepts/lyrics? So this is actually a question I get quite often, and I'd say the first step that normally happens is finding a chord progression that works. I don't know how it happens. It kind of just happens. It always almost depends on the way that I'm feeling and how I hear things. So I'll start off with a chord, and then if I'm thinking of making it a sad song, I'll probably go to a minor chord. If I'm thinking of making it something happy, I'll go to a major chord. And then from then on, I kind of just used my ears to what I'm feeling and to what I think the song would sound great with and what would work with it. Next would come the lyrics. So again, it just kind of just depends on the mood and what I want to tell with the story, whether it's a personal feeling or it's someone else's story. A lot of people are super talented and are able to write songs in about like a day or even less than 12 hours. Whereas for other people, it takes them a week, maybe a month to finish a song. For me, I think I like to write choruses. So kind of like catchy melodies that just come to mind. I record it and I have it, and then I come back to it a month later and I just write a verse for it and it's done and it's finished. So just depending on what kind of songwriter you are and what happens in your brain of musical developments, it all kind of just depends on who you are and how you're feeling. Oh, wow. Sorry. So Viviana from Virginia asks, do you ever regret posting a certain video and are scared of what people will think of it? Personally, as a beginner in posting videos, I always have those thoughts because I know I could do better if I don't like the video a whole lot. But thank you and keep growing in your music. Thank you, Viviana, and I hope you keep growing as well. In regards to your question, I definitely get that a lot. When I first started posting videos, I got really nervous because I was scared of what people thought. And then once I started getting popular on YouTube, I started getting more comments. A lot of them being super positive and super great, but there'd be an odd time where I'd get a comment that would kind of sting a little bit. Yeah, I think 2 years ago, I would have let it affect me and I would have thought about it throughout the day and let it resonate with me, but now I've kind of learned to grow and understand that I shouldn't let other people's opinions matter so much to me, and to kind of be more aware of the words I let, or the words that I allow to sink into my heart, because not everyone has my permission to speak into my calling and into what I love to do, you know? The thoughts that you have in your head, I think as long as you love to sing and as long as you love music, nothing someone else says should ever affect how you think of it and what you choose to do with it. So yeah, I hope you keep growing and I hope you continue to do what you love to do. So I just got an interesting question. It says, I am in a long distance relationship as well. We've been together for 2 years. Congratulations. Do you have any advice, and do you think long distance is worth it? My name is Rodney, I'm from Washington, my girlfriend's name is Hedgie, and she's from San Francisco. Wow. Well, first off, congratulations. 2 years, that's a big deal. I feel like I should be the one asking you questions on this. It's gonna get a little personal, but I'm not gonna go into detail. I've been in a long distance relationship now for over a year, and I think if you're with the right person, and if you believe that they're worth it and worth the wait, by all means, go for it. It's definitely hard. There's a lot of conflicts that kind of arise from not being with someone and not having that person with you every day and seeing them every day. But you learn a lot about the other person and mostly about yourself. You get to learn how to communicate proficiently and kind of just make time out of your day. And with that being said, you also have a lot of time to kind of be alone and to work on yourself for this other person. But yeah, I think long distance relationships are worth it if they're for the right reason and if you see a future for it. So yeah, I wish you guys the best of luck. So Andy from Toronto asks, learning the piano has been something that I really wanted to learn now, and I was wondering if you have any tips to learning from scratch. You're amazing, keep killing it. You're amazing too, keep killing it. I would say that it'd be a good idea to put in the money and the time to get piano lessons. For me, I was fortunate enough to be able to have lessons for about 5 to 6 years, and it's been able to help me set a solid foundation, and right now I kind of just know the basics, and that's enough for me. But if you're starting from scratch and you want to learn properly and kind of just like the right way, invest in lessons. But also if you want to do it for fun, I know that YouTube has so many videos that are able to help you start off with that. I have another question from Yvonne from California, and she asks, who are your current favorite artists? At the moment, I have quite a few, but I think my number one, and will always be my number one artist, is Mac Ayres. I love his music. Number two, someone who's fairly new, and I don't think a lot of people know. His name is Rocky Block. Go search him up, go listen to his music. It's so smooth. I've been obsessed since the beginning, or like since I found him in my Discover Weekly. So definitely check him out. Still Woozy is also another artist that I've been listening to recently. And yeah, those are kind of the top 3 at the moment. So my last question is one I thought that I would answer more on a general note, because it's one I've gotten quite frequently in the comment section, and it's mainly on advice for how to start a YouTube channel. I think, firstly, it's so important that you have genuine intentions with starting your channel. If you're doing it more for the goal of becoming popular or becoming famous, I think you need to reconsider and rethink it. It's so important that you do it mainly because you love what you're creating and what you're doing. So if you love music and you want to share music to the world, that's great. If you love traveling and you want to document it with everyone else, I think that's also great. But just don't start it for the purpose of wanting the fame or wanting the popularity. Like, do it for yourself and because you love something so much that you want to share it on a platform for other people to see. Number 2, be consistent. I think with new creators, you have to have something that constantly has people coming back to your channel and wanting more. And in order for them to do that, you have to constantly be putting out content for them to take in and to keep coming back to. Number 3, I think it's also important to realize that you don't need fancy equipment to start. You don't need a big camera, you don't need super expensive mic equipment, like your phone would do it. You know, there's so many people who get lucky and have these viral videos and they're recorded off of their iPhone. If you don't have the money for it, you don't need the money for it. And yeah, that's the advice I'd give you. So those will be all the questions I'll be answering today. If I didn't get to your question, I'm so sorry. Leave it down in the comments and maybe I'll answer it. But I also answered some other questions in a previous Q&A that I'll leave the description to down below. But yeah, thank you again so much for the love and support. I hope to continue making music for you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Guess what came in the mail?
But